Welcome to today's broadcast of the Midland Football League. Today we're going to be seeing a primetime matchup between the third-ranked Castlepine Kings going on the road versus a short-handed number 2 Cherrywood Cobras squad. The league was shook once they found out Silas Sherrod, league-wide all-star, was caught in a four-wheeler accident and he will miss today's game. And here we go to begin the 8 Bowl. This one is kicked off and it will sail and it'll bounce back in bounds. It'll be returned by Zeke and a solid return to him around midfield. And Castlepine with the full roster, Cherrywood very short-handed. This is a great opportunity to get their first franchise win over the Cobras. Now he will throw short. Bottled up by Jake and he is pushed down. Jake did not look too happy after that play. Let's see what he can do in the following play. Zeke directing Jake to the end zone, throwing, touchdown. And that push down might have sparked a plug in Jake that we haven't seen in weeks. Here's Bryant getting pressure, throwing the end zone, caught. And about as good as an opening drive as you can possibly have. This one will be kicked off, and it will be touchback. Very interesting. All of Cherrywood's offense is out. Jace is out. Silas is out. Jace actually hasn't been here all season. And they might be slowed down today. It's incomplete. And they could barely even find a sub at all for this game, Cherrywood. They did find one, Lane from Fairhaven Saints, who have already been eliminated from the playoffs. If he has a good performance today, he could sub for them in the playoffs. Here's a big throw to Lane. It is incomplete. And that one was almost intercepted by Jake Robinson. Now the Cobras offense on third down. Tyler going to drop back. Lane trying to get open. Jake with great coverage. Here's the throw. Almost intercepted. Tipped and caught by Lane.
Good.
Tyler essentially got bailed out right there.
That's good.
Let's see what he can do on first down. He's under pressure. Going to get the throw out incomplete. And here we go. Cherrywood, very short-handed offense. Trying to do some damage here on their opening drive. And it's pretty much the same result here. Pressure from Jake causes an incomplete pass. And now they'll send Jake into coverage. Now Tyler getting ready to throw. It is incomplete. And a solid few defensive plays here from the Kings. Let's see if it can continue. Lane trying to find a breakaway from Jake in the secondary. Jake has great coverage. Now Tyler throws to the end zone. Incomplete. And the biggest component to this offense for Cherrywood is for sure the deep ball. And they just haven't been able to connect as much. Tyler will be sacked in the backfield. Great pressure from Aiden. He'll throw it anyway. Incomplete anyway. And now Bryant will take over at quarterback to open up the drive. Going to give it to Jake. Trying to reach to the first down and more. Lane did not make the tackle. And Jake is gone. Touchdown. Solid overall start for Castlepine. They've had about 3 combined plays, and they've scored 13 points doing so. Bryant escapes the pocket and struts into the end zone. It is good. Very star overall for Castlepine. Their offense is absolutely tearing up Cherrywood's secondary. And Jake Robinson, after being pushed on that opening play, has gotten a spark started in him, and this will be a touchback. And they'll put Lane in at quarterback. In his rookie debut as a quarterback for the Saints, threw 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. They'll start off with a completion here to Tyler. Big gain across the middle. And with Lane's strong start, he will take the helm at quarterback. Tyler's lined up to the right. Lane's going to step back. Trying to get a breakaway with Tyler. Now he throws it up, and it is almost intercepted. And Tyler just trying to find a rhythm here on offense. They really need to score. He'll throw over the middle. Caught by Lane, who gets a good gain. And that'll pick up a first down for the Cherrywood Cobras. Trying to pitch it out for Lane to get into the end zone. Tyler was down. Never mind, that was an incomplete pass. See what Tyler does. Now he's going to roll out, reach, and Cherrywood is on the board. Touchdown. Here's the 1-point conversion. Tyler throws it out, and it's incomplete. The kickoff will sail out of bounds, and here comes the cooking Castlepine offense. Zeke Bryant once again going in at quarterback here to lead the Castlepine offense. Jake, who's also on fire, running over the middle. Bryant wants to run, makes a move on Lane. And here he goes. It's a foot race to the end zone. Bryant's still running. And Jake's got a block on Lane. He is gone. Touchdown, Castlepine. And a solid start for Bryant at quarterback. He's got 2 touchdowns through the air and 1 on the ground. Let's see what he can do on the 1-point conversion. Bryant doesn't want to throw to Jake on the out route. Still looking. Great coverage from Tyler. Not too much pressure from Lane. Now Bryant will step back and throw. It's Jake on the side. He wasn't quite in the end zone. Pitches it back, and Bryant is down. Here's the kickoff. He'll be coming in from Castlepine. This will sail out of bounds as usual. Lane back in at quarterback after a solid drive. Didn't end the way he wanted to, though. This one will be thrown on the ground and somehow caught. And at the end of the first, Castlepine dominating 20-6. I don't know how Tyler caught that ball, but that might go down as the catch of the game. Here we go. Tyler looking for Lane. Lane across the middle. Jump pass. Incomplete. With Lane continuing to struggle at receiver. Go back in at quarterback. Still looking. Throwing. Intercepted by Bryant. Here he goes on the return, and he will be down. Castlepine ball. And following his interception, Bryant will be back at quarterback. Looking to throw. Going over the top to Aiden. Wide open. Incomplete. Here is second down. Once again, a deep ball to Aiden. Didn't work last play. Let's see if he can get his redemption. Now Bryant looking to the end zone. An absolute rocket. Incomplete. Here is third down for Castlepine. Still looking to score. Bryant rolling right. Throwing to the end zone. Caught. Still not in. Trying to run to the other side, and he's down. That'll set up perfect field position for the Kings. Great red zone offense. Bryant crossbody throw to Jake. Touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Jake going to be at receiver. Lane in coverage here. Size mismatch. Bryant to the end zone, and it's caught. And this game has not been close by any means. 27-6. Here's a sky kick from Jake. Selling to Tyler. Fumbles the ball. Zeke's trying to get on it, and Tyler will be down. And I know Cherrywood, they have all their players out. It's just not the start you want anyways. Tyler going to throw to Lane. Incomplete. And that last pass sailed right over a sticker patch. Lane did not want to dive on top of it. Here's Tyler. Throwing deep, and it is incomplete. Now the Cobra's facing third down. Still needing a pretty sizable chunk of yards. Lane still trying to run. Doesn't quite have a burn. Now Tyler throws. Back shoulder. Incomplete. And here's a third down for Cherrywood. Essentially a must-score drive. And now, trying to get a clutch throw to Lane, and it is incomplete. Here we go. Cherrywood needing lots of yards on this play. Lane running, throwing, caught. First down, Cherrywood. And a very good throw by Tyler to keep the drive alive, and now he'll be in at receiver. Now a throw, caught by Tyler. And here we go. A solid offensive drive from Cherrywood. Let's see if they can actually finish it off this time. Lane's throw is incomplete. And Jake Robinson gets called for an early rushing. Here's a fresh set of downs for Cherrywood, and they'll start it off with an incompletion. Here is second down for the Cobras. Back shoulder throw, an absolute dot to Tyler, and it is a Cherrywood touchdown. And that one, dangerous throw, could have been a pick six to Aiden Smith. This one's incomplete. Here is the kick, and it'll sail down at the one. And an absolute rocket from Lane gets them on the board. And now they're at the one. Jake's just going to have to run it to pick up a few extra yards, and he will. In a better field position, Jake will be in at quarterback. Throws to Zeke, and it is caught.
Oh, yeah.
First down. After review, he's just short, and it'll be third down. Still looking to throw. Now he goes to the end zone. Incomplete. That one could have been caught, but it just wasn't quite reeled in by his receiver. Here he goes. Bryant's still in the backfield. Now he's going to throw, and it is caught by Jake. Open lane for a touchdown. And here's the extra point. And for some reason, the camera's in cinematic mode. Jake was not able to be hit. Zeke's running. Can't scramble. Now he throws the end zone. Incomplete. Here's the sky kick from Jake. Oh, gets a great bounce. And it'll be decent field position for Cherrywood. The ball has not yet been downed. And risky. Tyler picks it up. And now another one of those must-score drives here for the Cobras. Has Lane, and what was he doing? Not sure what Lane was doing on that route there. He'll throw, short pass. Short pass was complete to Tyler. He'll try to continue his momentum. This one's tipped and incomplete. And here goes Lane at quarterback. Short throw, first down. And Tyler still trying to make a move down the field here. Gonna throw to Lane near sideline. Ball is caught. Physical play, but it was reeled in. Great ball by Tyler and a great job by Lane to hold on to the ball throughout the contact. And now Tyler's going to take off at quarterback, going to the end zone just short. And a solid rushing gain and a miscommunication for the Castlepine defense there. Tyler in the backfield looking for Lane, doesn't have him. Now a throw, incomplete to Lane. Perfect field position for Cherrywood. Now a throw, incomplete. Here's the last play of the half for Cherrywood. Can they make something happen? Lane's going to throw. Tyler is caught. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It was close. But it will be ruled a touchdown. Makes the score 18-33. Now they're going for one to try and cut the lead to 33-19. Tyler's rolling right. Throwing, incomplete. Jake bats it into the sky. Nowhere close, and that leads us to halftime. At halftime, Castlepine winning 33-18 versus a short-handed Cherrywood squad without Silas Sherrod.
All right, so Castlepine, how do y'all feel about his first half offensive performance from Zeke and Jake primarily? You can just block him out the camera real quick.
I mean, we're pretty much scoring on every drive.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely dominating their whole entire defense, picking apart. But, you know, that's what I'm supposed to do against a short-handed team. Like, it's what's expected. And I'm hoping to get into the Pro Bowl. But, I mean, more than likely I'm not going to. Very good performance.
All right, and how do y'all feel about y'all's defense performance? I think y'all have only given up 3 touchdowns this half when y'all have like 4 or 5.
We could be playing so much better.
All right, how do you elaborate on that, please?
I should have that pick, but I did. I should do better guarding Big Boy on their team.
And who is Big Boy referring to? Is it
Tyler Rounds.
Okay, there we go. And last question, how do y'all feel about all 3 of y'all
their teammates
being up for the
so that's why,
being up for the Pro Bowl? How do all 3 of y'all feel? Minus Jake because he left.
I mean, I could be a defensive player, maybe. Not offensive.
Zeke, obviously we know what impact you bring offensively, but
I mean, I think it should be. I think I should be in the running for MVP, but I don't really think I'm going to be in the running for the Pro Bowl. I think Jake or Aiden deserves it more, especially considering like what Tyler's done. But I'm not really focused on the Pro Bowl as much. I'm more focused on my team winning. So.
City Bowl.
all right.
All right, Cherrywood. How do you think you're going so far on offense and defense?
Offensively, we definitely had a few miscues. It doesn't help that missing our best player, arguably the best in the league.
Why is he missing?
Shut up. We ignore that. He's done us down a 4-wheeler crash with a coyote. He might miss up until the playoffs, which would really suck for his MVP case. Other than that, Chase hasn't showed up to a game all year, so that's really expected at this point.
What about defensive performance?
Defensively,
From both of y'all. Lane, get in the.
I'm gonna cut him some slack because he's newer. He hasn't been here in a while. I just need to block in more on coverage. We need some more pressure for sure.
Well, it's not your fault.
I need some help I need some ball calls whenever the ball is thrown.
Do you think you'll be in the Pro Bowl?
I should. I mean, I played both quarterback and receiver at a pretty high level this year. I've also really been carried by Silas, so that helps.
What about for defense? Do you think it'll be defensive Pro Bowl?
It's not the same defensive season I had last year. I regressed a little bit. Got slower, prone to much weight in the off season.
Who'll be in the defensive Pro Bowl?
Silas for sure. I might get it just because of the amount of sheer interceptions I have alone, but I really don't think I will. I feel like Aiden Smith should be in it. Who else is in this conference? Zeke, what's the 3rd team in the conference? Who is it?
Fairhead?
What's the 3rd team in our conference?
Oh, they don't count. They don't count.
All right, so yeah, it definitely should be. Should be me, Jake, Aiden, and Silas for defense.
In offense.
Jake, Silas, and Zeke for sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Go to kick off the second half. Cherrywood will receive. And this is not a good kick. Great field position. And with the bad kick, Cherrywood does not have to go very far to score a touchdown and to open up on the scoreboard. He'll throw to Lane, incomplete. Once again, just a situation where you miss having Silas as your wide receiver 1. Here's Lane to throw. Getting Tyler, incomplete. And now already facing a 4th down for Cherrywood. They really want to score here. Trying to hit Lane over the top, and it is incomplete. And now a turnover on downs, and you don't want to rely too much on your defense. Castlepine's offense is electric right now. and it's already caught. And Aiden Smith, the backup receiver, for a touchdown. And if Cherrywood doesn't score on this next drive, Castlepine should run away with it. A 360 pass caught. And they have to score on this drive or else they aren't going to win. Here's a touchback. If they were to get stopped and have a touchdown given up, the game would be too far out of reach likely for Cherrywood to win. Here's a throw to Lane. Incomplete. Here is Tyler looking to throw. Limping a little bit, he'll throw to Lane, and it is caught.
Okay.
In an unusual play, they're putting Zeke at secondary there, at corner. Now he'll throw to Lane, incomplete. Here we go for Castlepine's defense. Linebacker and a receiver. Trying to run. Here's a throw, incomplete. And the physicality of Castlepine's secondary essentially making Lane, the Cherrywood receiver, scared. Here's Lane running. Over the middle, throwing, incomplete. And here's the fourth down. They have to get it. Lane in at receiver. There's a little bit of room on that side. Now he'll cut out. Here comes the pass, incomplete. And a game-changing red zone stop for Castlepine, as now they sit a little more comfortable in this one. Starting to sit back and relax. Here's the throw, and it is dropped by Jake Robinson. And now Jake Robinson's in at quarterback. And Zeke was wide open. He didn't throw. Instead, he will take off on his own legs. Here goes Jake. Got a block from Zeke. And Jake is going to be gone for yet another Castlepine touchdown. This will make the score 46-18 on the day.
Lane, was that a block in the back?
Not sure Lane has any idea what that means, but it doesn't appear that it was. And here we go. The touchdown is confirmed, and now they're going for one. Bryant with a jump pass, caught on his head. Here's the kickoff. This one sails very high. And it takes a really bad bounce.
Touch it.
More good field position for the Cherrywood Cobras to start the drive.
You just touched the ball.
No one's touching the ball. Kind of a confusing situation. I don't know why Castlepine isn't touching it, and now they will. And now Cherrywood trying to just get some points on the board at this point in the game. They've really struggled here in the third quarter overall. Tyler thrown in the end zone. Caught by Lane. Touchdown, Cherrywood Cobras. And that touchdown leads us to the end of the third quarter. Cherrywood's down 24-47, trying to get a late push here from their offense. Here's Tyler on the extra point. They're just going for one. Looking for Lane. Doesn't know if he has him yet. Lane will cut out, and it is incomplete. Strong defense there from Jake. This one is going to be sailing out of bounds. And here we go in this fourth quarter. Castlepine's offense has been absolutely terrific. Zeke Bryant still on the receiver.
Just run it.
Pump faking. Trying to get a run. Doesn't have any room. And he'll just throw this one away. Here is second down for the Castlepine offense. Bryant remains in the backfield. Pump faking, trying to get a run, and he is down. Here's third down for the Castlepine offense. Aiden's running. Still doesn't know what to do. Bryant's going to go over the top to Aiden, and it is overthrown slightly. Here's fourth down. This one will be punted away, a very rare occurrence in the MFL. This will be down. The punt was very good, pinning them deep inside their own territory. Here's a throw to Lane, incomplete. And that hit right there at the end of that play. Showing a little intensity, which signifies this rivalry game a little bit. Lane with a great move has the catch, and he will be down. Here's Lane in at quarterback. He will give the helm to Tyler. See what he does. Lane trying to get a burn. Here's the throw to the end zone, and it is dropped. Here we go as the sun sets here at Butler Park.
I think this is fourth.
Beautiful sight here on the wide flatlands of this field.
Rush him.
Here we go. He's going to try to take off. He has got a Cherrywood first down and more.
He fumbled
the ball when he was hit. He's down. When Jake tried to get him, Tyler lost possession of the ball, picking up lots of extra yards. Lane's wide open, and it's dropped. That was a huge missed opportunity right there.
Jump ball.
Lanes now will be in at quarterback on second down. Trying to get Tyler. Great coverage from Jake, incomplete. Here's a third down. Liam back in a receiver. Zeke's in coverage. Lane's got a burn. Here's a throw. Caught. Touchdown. Cherrywood Cobras. 2 late touchdowns. Here's Tyler to throw, and it is caught by Lane. Now an interesting little situation. Cherrywood going to go for an onside kick here if they can get the onside kick. If they can get 2 onside kicks, could potentially have a shot at tying this game. Here's the onside kick. Bryant will recover it. We saw Castlepine do the similar thing against Crestwood. They were down 2 touchdowns late in the game like this. They got an onside kick and a defensive stop and tied the game late, even though they gave up a big touchdown to lose the game. This one's almost intercepted. Cherrywood may be trying to create a similar situation to that, but with them not getting the onside kick, it's looking very bleak. Here's Castlepine trying to run to the right. Jake will be down. As you may notice, the starters are out. Jake is in at quarterback. He's the second string quarterback. Zeke is fully out, who is the starting quarterback. Jake trying to run, and he was not down. Lane only got him once, and now Jake escapes. And Jake went out of bounds way earlier than expected. And Aiden was already out before he pitched it back. Jake trying to lead a late drive here for Castlepine. Here's the throw to the end zone, intercepted by Tyler. And Cherrywood with a very solid fourth quarter performance. Spinning back, and he will be down by Jake. Interception for Tyler could boost his resume a little bit. And with all that said, it won't matter. This will be the final play of the fourth quarter. As Silas experiences this scary four-wheeler accident, his team will lose without him, 32-47. Here's the throw to the end zone, and it is intercepted by Jake Robinson. Here he comes to the other side, maybe wanting to return it. Tyler doesn't want to let him. Tries to run, he's down. In Castlepine finally finds themselves on the right side of history. They have their first franchise win in the history of their team against Cherrywood, going on the road and getting a shorthanded victory versus the number 2 ranked Cherrywood Cobras with the final score of 47-32 here at Butler Park. This makes Zeke Bryant 2-0 as a captain, and his team is looking hot here late in the season.
How do you feel about beating Cherrywood for the first time in the MFL history?
Good. Well, yeah, good. I don't know.
I mean,
They didn't have their best players today. So.
Yeah, they had like a really trash player that subbed in for them.
and then, so yeah. I mean, they were shorthanded, but we went out there and played our best football anyway. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who we're playing. We're going to go out there and play our best football. We don't care, like, but, you know, we really don't care. We're not trying to, like, talk trash to them, even though we beat them without the best players. They can cry all they want, but, you know, it doesn't matter. We just got to, the real game that we're going to face is going to be them in the playoffs. So that's pretty much it. We don't really care what is going to be said.